I don't know what YouTube means. Never heard of this. Jody is on it.
Of course, Jody's on it.
Of course, Jody's on it.
Of course, Jody's on it.
Jody's tickled the plussy and all.
All right. Yeah. Are we live?
I think we should be. Most likely.
It's been a day.
Hey.
Oh,
I don't have to listen to myself, huh?
I'm sorry. Forget
okay.
the volume. Pump up the volume. Jam. The pineapple jam.
Pineapple jam. Pineapple jam was
I have
good.
a story to share with you guys. We feel a little silly, but anyway, we live. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Goeiemiddag. So.
Charcoal in hair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going a little crazy. I pulled out the kind of bigger grill. I haven't used that thing in I don't know, like 2 years, 3 years, or something. It's just been standing outside gathering dust. And today I thought, you know what? It's time. Let's do it. So. Yeah, we are live from our store. Good afternoon, goeiemiddag. We are live from our store.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy
Merry
420.
Merry
420.
Merry Easter. Happy 420. I don't know how that works. I don't do the 420 thing, man. I'm sorry.
It?
That's not my thing. Apparently, some people said it makes you hungry. You know, I don't know.
I eat your meat well without that.
Yeah, you see exactly, and I can do with weight loss, so I'm good. I don't have to eat more. I don't need them green weeds for appetizers. But anyway, so we're live in our store. This is the kitchen just behind our store. Our store is to my right. We are actually closed today too, which doesn't mean anything because there will still probably be people that come in, even though we're closed, because that is what happens.
That does happen.
The courtesy you get as a small business is none.
Is small demands.
Mm-hmm.
Small business, small demands.
Yes, all the time. So anyway, so I thought, you know what, today, seeing that it's Easter and we are closed, I can do a few more things. And, you know, you might hear children screaming and we have no staff. They all went home. So, you know, it's all good. And I thought, because I made us some burger patties last night, and they were actually pretty good.
They were very good.
So I thought I'll just replicate it tonight with some sausage. And I've got a pork shoulder in the sous vide since about 9 o'clock, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what it looks like. Yep, it's still in there.
Still there?
Still there.
All I saw was water.
Didn't move. So we're gonna throw the pork shoulder I got on the in the sous vide at 135. I like doing my pork a little more than my beef because, you know, I know the new pork's clean, but you know I still got this thing about the parasites in the pork. So, you know, it'd probably stick with me forever. And then we're gonna make some hamburger patties. And I'm just going to use a basic spice we have in store, make patties, and some sausage. And we're going to put it all on the fire. We're going to cook it.
Yeah.
And it'll be good because all meat is good.
So Jody's always good with random knowledge.
Yes.
Today's actually Hitler's birthday as well.
Oh, yeah. I heard something like that.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So thank you for the random piece of information. I like it. Mrs. Tag says Happy Easter, and Sleuth Dog also says Happy.
Okay, well,
beautiful people.
Yeah.
Happy both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add 2 egg yolks, but I cheat because I've got egg yolks on demand. All right. So I'm going to add 2 egg yolks to this, which is about 60 grams. So I'm going to put 2 egg yolks in here. All right. You can split the egg and just use the white for like scrambled egg with your normal egg. And I'm so dirty. I've been making sausage all day, and then so I made sausage all day, and then I cleaned the grill, and I lit the fire, and then my inside of my grill was all the bits. A lot of it was rusted away, so I had to put some new like makeshift trays and stuff in there. So, but it's all going.
You guys can see the grill in the top left.
Yeah, you can see the grill going in the top left, and then we got our braai spice, which I'm going to use 50 grams. So this is 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds of meat. And then 60 grams, I guess, is 2 ounces of egg yolks. Or 2 egg yolks should be about right. Now I'm going to use 50 grams, which is about 3 tablespoons plus a teaspoon. And my skull likes to switch off, so I've got to put a little bit of... And that is literally that. I'm not putting anything else in here.
So Jody mentioned, I didn't catch this earlier, he's cleaning the food truck for inspection.
Okay, yeah. You have to have your food truck inspected.
Now, wait, you get to clean it before they come? That's not fair.
No, but you take the food truck for inspection and certification.
Okay.
Yes. Unlike us, where the health department just kind of pulls in and they're like,
hey,
we're here. We are going to look at your stuff now.
I don't care what you think. I investigate.
Yes. But for food truck, it's more inspection for certification.
Yeah, it is a vehicle. I forget about that. It is a vehicle.
Yes. What Jody will also tell you is you're not allowed to cook in your food truck. You're allowed to serve from your food truck. So you can't do meal prep in your food truck. You have to have a commissary kitchen for that.
He says they get to schedule their inspections.
Yes, yes. We don't.
No. Well, I guess you guys could literally be anywhere, which would make sense as to why you have to. I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. Okay.
Yes, we get random 7 inspections in a year.
Harassment.
7. 7 inspections. I thought that
Lucky
was
number
normal.
7?
Yes, I thought that was normal. 7 inspections. So I put the spice just 50 grams, which is, like I said, it's like 3 tablespoons and a teaspoon. I don't know what that is in your like non-commie weights, but I'm going to mix this up, and then we're going to make patties out of it. And we're going to throw them on the grill with the sausage.
Are you going to show everybody how your patties, you have to get one of those rings?
No.
You have to do everything pristine, and it's not supposed to have spices in the patties themselves, right? You're supposed to
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. Put the spice in the patty.
We were complaining. We had some really, really high quality meat, but there was zero
it's
flavor.
like so bland. I ate one of them and I'm like, ugh.
Not even salt and pepper, like nothing.
Like no spices.
We wanted to see what the big deal was, and there was no big deal.
No, there was zero deal.
Yes.
The deal she was not.
No. So
all right.
Anton quickly fixed it.
This almost reminds me of just like, you know, like bread dough. Talk about bread. Hey, switch this thing on. I got some bread rolls. Hopefully they'll proof up. Where did I put them? I got them. I know I got them. Here we go. A little big though, but it's okay. They'll work. So.
No laundry here running to help us out.
No. So I've got the bread. I've got some loaves of bread. I almost forgot about that. Damn, that's a good thing I mentioned that. Just see where the oven's on. Yeah, 350. That's good. So this, I'm glad I mentioned bread. This just reminds me of kind of kneading bread. So, so I'll see what this weighs out at. This should be like 140 grams of patty, because what I want to do is I'm going to divide it by 8. So I want to get 8 patties out of this. And then whatever the weight gives me, I'll go, you can hit my calculator there.
Where is it?
Over there, on this phone.
That is not a calculator.
On that phone.
A phone.
1106.
I want to go to the calendar.
Yes, I also do that. 1106 divided by 8. That gives us 138. So that's like a 4 ounce, 4.5 ounce. You know what I'm going to do before I do me a favor. Don't you want to go tear me a piece of paper? And then I don't have to make goo all over my, what's the name? Goo all over my cutting board. All right.
Doubled or single?
Double is fine.
I may have got a little big.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's 8 patties, man. So I'm just going to ball them.
So Sleuth Dog asks, like so more folks can enjoy Anton's cooking and products. Thank you. Please do. Hit that like button. Like, share, subscribe. Do all those crazy things. And TZ Burton, happy Easter. Welcome in.
Welcome in. Happy Easter, everybody. All right, so we got the patties going. Like I said, 2 egg yolks, 50 grams of my braai spice on 2.2 pounds or 1 kilogram of meat. All right.
So, Sleuth Dog is Stephanie from Veteran Biker.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
See, it's different on YouTube versus...
Yes, but I haven't seen Stephanie on Veteran Biker the last few times.
Yeah, glad to have you in.
Yeah. I've actually been keeping an eye out. Don't worry, I'm gonna have one patty a little smaller because I dropped a little bit. You see, it flew off my
I see.
gloves.
I see. And Russ has entered in. Happy Easter again.
Yeah.
Remember, you're doing 8 knots.
Yeah, I know. I know, but if I flatten them, I'm gonna need some space.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Maybe do 2 in the middle and then 3 again?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So I've put nothing in here. Meat, spice, egg yolk. That's it. Nothing else.
Goodness.
And goodness.
Thank
Love.
Yes,
Love.
TLC.
TLC.
Can I pick up your meat down here before you
Yes,
step
thank you.
on
Before
it?
I step on it,
I see that being a problem.
Yes, I see it. I see the meat coming soon.
Did you see it here?
Yes,
Oh,
I
no.
saw. Yeah, I hit the range. I hit the floor.
You hit everywhere.
If there was a dog, I would have hit that. Hit everything with my meat.
We're throwing all the meat around, it seems. Well, you do have 3 different types.
Yeah, so for
cooking
everybody
today.
who is moseying in, I did mention in the beginning. So I'm doing, let me just see how much that is. I'm doing, yeah, I've got enough there. Because I only did a little bit. So I'll do the balance on what's left. So I'm doing hamburger patties because I made some ground beef, and I'm going to explain the beef to you guys. So let me see what that's. We'll probably do 140. 37, 139. Because I got 2 that's smaller. So what I did was I took some beef shoulder and I ground that up. I cut the little sinewy bits out of it, which is normally at the bottom when you flip it over. It's got like a tough skin part, and then in there's a couple of sinews, so I trimmed them out. I'm getting those stuck. Just see. So I trimmed them out, and then I ground this down. So this is about an 80-20, I guess. About an 80-20 mix of meat, all right, which is good for patties. I'll take these guys off. So that's good for patties. And then I ground it myself. So a beef shoulder, it's about an 80-20. I guess you could use top round. No, not top round, bottom round. Beef shoulder, all about 80-20. I think the beef shoulder might be a little bit more on the fat, but I think the bottom round is maybe slightly softer. I use the same meat for the sausage we make. But we grind it in-house. So I don't buy ground beef anymore. I've actually grind my own meat in-house.
We were just talking about how clean Anton actually works compared to what we've seen previously. We used to get meat from a different person, and it lasted 3 days, Anton?
Yeah, if we made the meat 3 days.
3 days was all we had to use and freeze. Like, work with and freeze. We had to freeze it. Else...
Within 3 days, if we didn't use it, it would be over.
Yeah.
All right.
What would you say our time is now with you processing?
7 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll take that.
Yep.
Femboy was in, but he was complaining about how many meatballs we had versus likes. He used a different term for the likes. But
all right.
I don't want to put the 2 together so much.
All right, so
that is a made-up term, gentlemen.
So in-house ground beef. I don't buy the ground beef anymore. It's amazing how much better the quality is. And I just use the in-house ground beef, and I what's the name? I use that, some spices, some egg yolk, and off you go, man, patties. And they probably taste better than anything you can buy anywhere.
Yes.
All right, so we got some patties, and then I've got a sausage, which we make in-house, same meat.
The boerewors?
Boerewors, yes, which is farmer's sausage. with some spices, and I just add some fat to it. So the patties get no extra fat. The beef, the boerewors does, the beef sausage, that does. And then I've got a pork shoulder in the sauce vide in this machine. So I've got a pork shoulder back there that we are sous videing. So that's been at 135 since this morning around 9ish. So it's about 6 hours. All right. And the reason we are doing a bunch of meat today is because somebody complained and said, why you bake so much? But
you the Biltong carnivore person.
Why? So I'm like, all right, what we do today, we make all of the meat.
The person was complaining because then they were tempted by said carbs that were shown on the...
Yes. So I thought, all right, so today, meat day. All the meat. So, talking about all the meat. So, we Friday made upside down pineapple cupcakes.
Oh my goodness.
So, we were informed by one of our viewers.
Followers, yeah, viewers.
Yes, followers, viewers, people that frequent our stream, that should you...
Hang on.
Sorry, my kids are here, so I gotta be politically correct. I cannot just blurt things out, not these things, but should you find yourself on one of those carnival cruises, the upside down pineapple is apparently frequent, and I had no idea what this was. And apparently these are party people, I guess, who likes sharing things, and I was unaware of this. So our upside down pineapple cupcake apparently has some exterior themes which I was never aware of, because that is not a thing that we know anything about. So if people know what I mean. So that was interesting. Let me see if I put those on top here. I don't want to. I'll tear a little paper off here. So do this. There we go. One for you. I don't want to get it stuck to the other meat and then have a fight with it, you know. And then one for you. All right. So if you roll them in balls, you just kind of squish them down. So if you had a frying pan, you could actually put them in the frying pan and just kind of smash them down a little to the thickness you want. I'm just doing it on the table. I prefer that. The last time I actually formed them, and I prefer this method to forming them. All right, there we go. So I actually think I will probably take a longer spatula to the fire. And then, let me move this out of the way. So let's have a look and see what do these guys look like. They look good.
Sorry, our young boy needs some attention.
Okay.
I missed you teaching everybody what we learned about.
Hey, man.
There's a lot we don't know in this world. I'm just going to put it mildly.
Yeah. That was an interesting tidbit of information.
Yes. And we are being rated by Bright Gaming.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Bright Gaming.
Glad to have some
yes,
variety in our stream today.
Talking about variety.
Saying.
You know, it's
different type of variety, I suppose.
Sorry, I know my tray is dirty, but it's the one I spiced it in, and I thought, you know what, why am I going to throw it away?
Ooh, never. Copium Poppies dropped a Rumble rant. Howdy, Rumble is censoring super chats.
It is. Hey, you know what? I think you're right.
My ass.
Yeah, I think you're right, because the other day I put a super chat somewhere. Where did I do a super chat or a Rumble rant or whatever they call it? But I put it somewhere, and I couldn't get it in.
Yeah.
Because I put.
It's normally not an issue. See, it fit in the bag.
I used a swear word, a curse word, whatever you guys call it. So I wanted to say something about the, fucking something or other, like the fucking morons are, doing whatever. and I couldn't run it. It
Okay.
refused to run it.
So was it the curse word, do you think that was?
Well, I don't know, because
Okay,
I just,
couldn't figure
because,
it out.
I've had the, try and run it and then it just bombs
Yeah.
more than once. That's not too bad.
Nice.
So I had it at 135. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's internal temp on that guy. All right, Nicole's going to entertain you for a second.
I
will
will
check
be
the
happy
fire.
to. So no, speaking of the lovely raid that we have, hey Nero, welcome in. Thanks for dropping the website. We've got Astra Sweat. I'm glad you're in with the awesome raid here. Thank you. We have Bright Gaming, of course. No Sacred Cows. I like it. I'm not going to repeat that, Copium. Thank you for your fruitful vocabulary, but somebody would clip it. Probably someone named Femboy. By the way, Femboy, so to respond to your comment earlier about the body, I had to chuckle at the big beefy picture you put out of Anton. It actually made me laugh and shake my head. I was like, no, too much. Too much.
Someday when I'm grown up,
It's a bit much. Right. But I promise you, I actually like the man as he is, believe it or not.
Think. So what I did with this guy, salt, pepper, I did some mixed herbs, mixed Italian herbs, Italian seasoning. That's my cheat spice. I put a little bit of fennel and a little bit of paprika. I didn't mix it all up because I just kind of put it on and, just kind of inside, around, on the sides, wherever I could. Stuck it in a bag, stuck it in the sous vide. So let's see.
Looky there, we got a Hong Kong from Canada.
Hey,
and Real Fringe, welcome in.
Mm-hmm.
Got all kinds of awesome people in. And I like the clank as well.
There
Stephanie,
we go,
that is
on.
awesome. Yes, I didn't know you were a clanker as well. Cool.
So,
and, sorry, second raid.
Okay, good.
We've got some gentleman named Ike.
Oh, and Ike. There we go.
Hey, Switzerland. Glad to have you. BMO Better. Welcome in. We were chatting yesterday.
So, what was that? Yeah, 133. That's pretty decent. So, I got to
yes.
the tip of that thing.
Please clean your probe.
Yes. So,
if you want to use it again.
Yes, if you use your probe, at least once a day, you got to clean the tip. I stuck my probe in some meat today. I got to clean the tip really well with some alcohol swabs. Make sure you don't have bacterial growth on there.
I like that twist move you did there.
So this thing's just about done because it's at 135. So we can literally just brown it out and probably take it to an internal 145. The patties are maybe a little cool. The sausage should be good. I can go stick the stuff on the grill. I mean, I've got a few minutes, so maybe what I do is I pop the bread in as soon as we're ready.
Okay.
I have no idea how my bread rolls are going to come out because I rolled them too big. Normally, I roll them a little smaller.
So we're going to do exactly what was mentioned. The buns are going to be bigger than the meat, but don't worry, the meat will be thick.
Yeah, but I might. Yes, thick and mid-rare. Yeah, I'll see if I put them on the grill. Maybe I can. And this is actually where onion would be good because I can actually take the onion and wipe the grill with the onion.
Yeah.
And that helps a little bit with a non-stick. Let me just move
okay,
these things
BMO
down.
Better. I'll get better at that BMO Better. I want to say everything I see. Obviously, I'm doing that inappropriate. Yes, big buns. He likes big buns, and he cannot lie.
So the bread, do not bump it.
Yeah.
Because you will make it fall flat.
So I need to read Copium's second chat stating, imagine branding your company on it being free speech and blocking people from saying specific words.
Yeah, it's, you know what, man? It's very difficult. There goes the other probe. It's very difficult because these guys get nailed on the ad stuff, like ad dollars and companies wanting to advertise with them
and then they won't do things if they have.
Yes, and then, it's like the big pharma guys, they advertise on a lot of radio stations, but it's not, they don't actually fucking sell anything by doing it. What they do is they give the radio station money, and then the radio station has to comply to whatever they fucking say because it's about money. So if they say, well, we don't want you to broadcast certain things, then they can't because the money comes from, it's the same thing, So these guys, and I mean, it's, at the end of the day, it's a business. So I get it, man. There's no, there's no true free speech anywhere, you know. I mean, what are we gonna do? We have what we have, and we gotta fucking make do with that because that's what we have, you know.
And I'm going to say, from experience, you would be surprised how many people actually don't want free speech. It scares them. Yes. We even used to have a lot of the community groups and setups for people. The amount who would complain and moan and want us to take things down, censor all of the above.
Yeah, like basic stuff. Then, you know, someone says something and then people cry and they want,
or
normally, and I'm sorry to say this, normally it's a lot of times it's ladies. 7 minutes, please.
Okay. With that said, one thing I've learned about ladies, obviously my gender as well, I am one of them, we forget that part of freedom of speech is hearing things you do not want to hear, but you also choose to partake in it. So if it's not something you want to hear, you can block, you can ignore, you can walk out, walk away, or any of those awesome choices in life. I would much rather personally know where someone, what someone thinks and views versus have to question and think that maybe they are just lying to my face to make me feel better. I think that's the whole PC culture as well. I'm not a fan, I'm not gonna lie. Now, we do have a lovely lady on YouTube side. I feel bad you are by yourself, but thank you for coming in. It's Mental Medalist Wife. She was in a couple days ago as well. She's making big stuffed baked potatoes. I'm not gonna lie, I miss baked potatoes, like proper big baked potatoes. I remember a hospital I worked for previously, they would give you, it was a baked potato bar, and you could put literally anything on the baked potatoes. I don't know who came up with that concept. It was pretty neat. Let me back up a little bit on our Rumble channel here. Ike, I like it. You're playing some games before coming in to hang out with us with Biltong. Complaining. Oh, are you talking about the I need to show you that. When Anton comes back, I will show you the, what is it? The Biltong bouquet. So I added 2 options for the Biltong bouquet on our website. There's a standard, and I called it gifting. There's a standard gifting, or there is gift box and brochure. I did not know that people wanted it wrapped. What it is kind of that fun gift, but I suppose there's always room for improvement. So with a little bit of feedback we had, we thought we would give both options for those who don't need all the frou stuff, is what I always call it. The fancy things, the garnished on your plate. I don't need those things to enjoy what's in front of me. So I'm the more standard type because it's high quality, but some like dressing things up. So you have both options. And speaking of, that website is biltongusa.com, where you can use code S.T.F. 10 for 10% off on your Biltong purchases. The one I just spoke about, though, the Biltong bouquet, does not qualify for that. I do apologize. We do actually have it discounted for what it is already. We're going to leave the discount. I'd rather people get it at a more reasonable price than raise it up. And you can get free shipping, which I think is an awesome option for it. But thank you, Neuro. You dropped the website and code in chat. I see we've got some extras that have popped in. Wise Elk, hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. There's a bad wind outside.
Yes.
So it's messing around with me a
little.
We
were Tornado Valley last night.
Yeah, 4?
I don't even know.
4,
I don't even know. But I think Oklahoma and Kansas, your tornadoes are drunk in Texas. Take them back.
Yes.
Because they should not have been here. That's not a normal occurrence to have however many we had last night. But it was cool this morning. So the temperatures dropped.
Yes.
Dramatically.
Yes. I don't want to leave the trays outside because the wind is crazy.
You're good. Russ, thank you for the subscription. I see Miss Sleuth Dog received it. So
there we
awesome.
go.
So
well,
cool.
Congratulations,
Yes,
Stephanie.
glad you got that.
All right. I'm going to go keep an eye. I'll come fetch these because they're going to blow away.
Femboy's giving more pictures for the Discord, so I'll have to take a peek. He doesn't hide much from me, so I'll go see it. Don't worry. You make me laugh. Yeah, I do apologize if the cam is wiggling at all. We tried to anchor it down pretty good, Anton's got some kettlebells here in the shop, and we put some on a table, holding a box, so the phone doesn't get, or the camera doesn't get too much light. It's interesting. We have a lot of sun today. It's actually beautiful, minus the wind, of course. So, Gastro Sweat, hello, welcome in. You know, Bright Can, you're not lying. We were just talking about it. So this area truly is developing up a lot. We've got we think it's a hotel. We were told it's a hotel. Maybe it's apartments. I'm not quite sure. Coming up right behind us on our small access road. And our parking lot is already readily used as a drive for most of the city, including city vehicles. Everyone uses it like they would a street. So I think there's about to be a lot more traffic through here. And we hear rumor our police station is actually about to move as well. So I think this area is going to get really interesting really soon. So the faster we can move on, the faster, well, not the faster, the better things will be. So we are still patiently waiting the sale of our home here in Roanoke. So if anybody knows someone looking for a home, just shy of 2,000 square feet and not in an HOA. From what I understand, that's very rare in this area. It's actually a decent area, decent home. So you guys know anybody, we've got it for them. Tell them to reach out to us. Before I jump back on Rumble, though, I've got my lovely lady on YouTube chatting a little bit. Okay, she, mental medalist wife, she did some cooking professionally previously. That is awesome. We've got another gentleman, Jody. He also has a food truck. He does a lot of barbecue. Makes some killer sauces. I've got them right here. I'll show some. I think Grant's is one of his best, if I remember correctly. But we've got a few different options. OTR Smokehouse. So check these guys out. Really good. Not to mention just quality people.
Yep.
I like good people. What can I say?
Sorry.
Trade your spots. We've got a Rumble rant from Miss Sleuth Dog.
Okay.
Thank you for such a wonderful Easter video. Love your chat room. It gets a little rowdy. Yes. I would apologize, but I won't.
Yeah, some of the guys get a little out of hand, but you know what?
Free speech?
Free. Yeah, there we go. Free
ding,
speech.
ding, ding.
And also, also, you know what? It's nice to be able to interact as a bunch of adults. I actually purposefully mark this as not child friendly, and you know what? We can just let our hair down a little. Watch this thing; it is very hot. I do not want to burn
good. And we actually let our hair down more when the shop is closed. Christmas was fun. New Year's was fun.
Correct. Yes, because we don't have to be so
on our game all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I removed the phones from my pockets. I feel naked at the moment.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna hang for a few minutes. I'm gonna turn the breads and I'm gonna go pull the patties off because I think they're gonna be done and the sausage is gonna be done, and then I'm gonna leave that roast for a little longer so that thing can cook some more. I just want to get a nice crust on it.
Yes, fresh soft buns. You got it.
Yep. They're a little flat. I mean, I won't lie.
Fanboy was just saying the buns are too big for the patties.
I rolled them wrong.
But
I put them through my machine.
I actually used the machine, and I don't think he remembers it set to my setting, not his setting.
Correct.
Because he doesn't do the breads like he used to. Not to mention, there is only one of our 3 kids who are actually going to have that combination who will have it together. The other 2 will disassemble anyways, so there's no point. And we won't wind up eating the bread, so it's all good.
Yes, so when I rolled the first 2, because I put them through the machine 2 at a time, I was like, oh well, that's going to be all of them then.
So I didn't read this properly. The comment is that he really needs to work on his meat to bun ratio.
Yes. All right.
Have you not seen the amount of meat available? So what you do is you take a hamburger patty and then you take a sausage as well and you stick it in there too.
Yes.
Come on. There's options here, boy. Disassembled burgers. The kids are crazy. These are kids who do not eat at fast food places.
Yes. So I'll give them, like, the burger. And then what they'll do is they'll take it apart, eat the meat, and eat the egg, and eat the cheese, and then eat the bread.
Our boy is not even going to want the bread. Yes. He's going to say, do not give me bread, I just want meat. He doesn't eat starch at night, and that's something he started years ago.
Yes.
I don't know why, where it came from.
Right, I'll be right back.
No soy. No soy. We don't do the soy thing around here. All we do is eat our meat. Hey, OTR, thank you for popping in on YouTube to say hello. And you're very welcome.
Burning.
You hope your husband doesn't realize that you did not cook the buns this year, Miss Medalist wife. Well, at least if it's decent, I'm sure you can get away with a lot of different things.
Perfect.
Fanboy, you should know. I have a comment for everything. I think that's why my husband keeps me around. What can I say? Biggest thing with baking, since we have a roller machine, I actually use it a lot when I make our sausage rolls. We have puff pastry, and it's a very thin roll. What is it? 3 millimeters depth, and I guarantee you it wasn't obviously that thin for this, but it was probably pretty close. It's a little bit of effort to move it back into place, and there's a couple controls on it. It's just not something we use readily anymore. We had a lot of questions for hot cross buns. I'm not going to lie, Anton got us in trouble for making some on our stream. I think it was April 4th. And I kept directing our customers to go see that stream so that they could make them at home. Not everybody liked me for that comment. They wanted us to make them instead. The Wagyu is incredible, Real Fringe. It really is. I made a big oops for one of my customers. Neuro, you'll laugh at me for this one because I know we spoke about getting you some Wagyu peri-peri. The gentleman ordered Wagyu peri-peri, 2 pounds of it. What did I send him? Angus. Because my eyes still see, when I see the word peri-peri, I see Angus. I don't see Wagyu. I made a big oops on that one. But it is good meat. Have you tried it yet? What do you think? Portuguese chorizo bread. I have not heard of that. Fringe made sausage patties this morning. Wife folded with folded scrambled eggs. Anton learned a new trick with the eggs he's been making us lately. The scrambled eggs specifically with heavy cream. I don't know if you guys have tried that. And if you do a constant movement on it, mixture, it gets a very nice, fluffy taste to it. It's actually phenomenal.
Oh yeah, if you do you actually have to do those and not cook them completely.
Yes, but very soft. It's nice.
All right, we got.
So Copium, you like the peri-peri Wagyu? I am glad to hear. Have you had the ghost pepper? Remind me if you have or not. Ah, Jody, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Just so you know. We always get questions about the Wagyu being the Japanese Wagyu or what, and that is not what it is. It's a Texas Wagyu or U.S. Wagyu.
U.S. Wagyu.
So, but it's Texas specific. It's here. We have a local farmer.
Yes.
That. How do you term that? Raises? Raises is the correct term?
Rears his own cattle.
Rears his own cattle. No antibiotics, no growth hormones, no nonsense, and vegetable fed only. Yeah. The biggest thing with this cattle, it is a crossbreed between Japanese Wagyu and Black Angus. Really tender, juicy.
Very flavorful.
Yes.
Very
to
good,
me, it's
consistent.
Got a sweetness to it compared to the Angus.
Yeah, so I'm busy with a hand blend, extra thick biltong that can hang a little longer. And I'm using the Wagyu, and I'll make a single, select batch, probably next week.
Yes.
And it's going to contain Celtic salt instead of your crystal, diamond crystal flakes. I'll use Celtic salt. I'll use actual honey instead of honey granules and stuff. So it's going to just be level up, no preservatives. So let me see quickly.
And yes, Miss Sleuth Dog. So yes, I suppose Costco probably does have Japanese. We used to carry it.
Yes.
Supply was inconsistent because it's not common. So we did have another farmer who had some locally, but to get what we needed on a regular basis, they actually didn't have enough cattle to supply it.
No,
that was the biggest problem.
We could get
different cuts.
Maybe 30 pounds.
Yeah.
A year, once a year.
Yes.
They only took out So they culled. I don't want to lie to you. I think 12,
Mhm.
12 cattle.
Yeah.
12 full blood Japanese. 12 a year.
Which
And then you
did
gotta
have armed guards around
yes,
them,
they
mind
actually
you.
had armed
They
guards,
do.
yeah.
What did they say? One of the cattle or calves are worth $5?
Yeah, a calf is worth about $5,000.
$5,000. Yeah, it's crazy when you think about the expense that comes along. Now, one thing we would say with that is it was about the same price as our game meats. So
Yes.
the bison, it's the same cost. To us, it wasn't as expensive because the cuts we used are not your standard cuts.
Correct.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Not going to hang on that aluminum.
No, I see it. And even the stainless.
No, it's bulging. That's why. It's got a bulge to it.
Oh, all the batteries, man, they all die.
I know.
And then I drop them in the oil and.
All right, Copium says he prefers the Angus to the Wagyu.
Okay.
It's okay, but not the Reaper. The Reaper was a little rough on the body. We agree with that one.
Take those bread rolls for me and just put them on the. On the what's and then I'm having a hard time getting the bread out here and working with the buns. So.
I don't want to touch the bread.
Hey man.
It's hot.
The bread's not bad. The pan much hotter.
Okay, if you can
All right.
pop
now,
it,
Now
I'll,
I can. No. Now I can actually.
I don't have finger it.
No, the problem is the table is wood, so
Yes.
I'm going to burn it.
Yes, we can't actually put anything on
We
the
normally
table.
work on stainless steel, so I should have maybe put it down there and worked there, but then I'm all in front
Yes.
of Nicole here. So let me see.
Hey, Andy Pearson, welcome in. And Wise Elk, I don't think I actually said hello to you. Glad to have you in.
Go show them that.
So Ike says, who likes ghost pepper? It just burns. A lot of people do.
We got one guy that ordered like 5.
Check out that burger. Phenomenal.
That's
Now,
good.
is it still a burger when all you eat is the patty? And of course, the sausage. I will have to share with the sausage with you. That's really nice too. It's they're both pretty textured meats. That's one thing I like about how Anton does his grind is it's not fine ground like you would find a lot of the ground beef in the stores. It's to him it's more overground. So we want something that's got more texture to it. Looking for grass-fed non-vax beef source. There are a lot. Check out your local farms. Biggest thing we found is if you can go to the source, they can get you a lot more. Not everybody is able to sell everything, though. That's another thing. We have a local farm. They like to do classes on how to go through the whole process with a cow to give their customers meats. Else you have to go through a processor, which that is not always ideal depending on what you were after. I agree, Neuro. The Reaper melts your face. Not my thing. I've had a few pieces of it, and it's too much. We're actually going to discontinue the Reaper, is what we've decided. Doesn't mean it's going to be gone forever. Could come back at some point per request.
Yep.
But as of right now, it will be shelved.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, are we going to raise cattle at the new location?
Sheep.
Sheep.
Yep. Or Democrats, whatever you want to call them.
There's no cliff. No, and Ike is a little annoyed that he didn't get burgers like this while he was here.
Next time, Mike, I promise. We can make them together. How about that? Do it when we're on the property. There we go. All right.
Lamb chops.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely,
exactly
man.
correct. That
Lamb
is why.
chops. Just don't name them.
We're big lamb people.
That's good, huh?
And that's very good. I think our young one's hungry again.
No, I think so. I'm going to give that roast.
Okay.
I'm going to give it 5 minutes. There's 3 minutes left. I'm going to pull it, then we can rest, and then we can cut it. Good patty. Wow.
Any lamb biltong coming soon?
No, I can't do lamb biltong. The biltong lamb does not make good biltong. Someone asked me, it just tastes bad. Lamb, you got to lamb and sheep. You have to cook it right. If you don't cook it right, does not taste good. That's why a lot of people don't like it, because I had it with someone that doesn't know how to cook it.
Yeah, they cook it like chicken.
Yeah, and I can't.
It's not the same thing.
I can't explain to you how to cook it. It's just a real long, slow process with the right spices. We grew up with it, so I just know, like, okay, I got to do that. And when I smell it and taste it, I know, okay, I got to add X, Y. It's just an experience thing. Lamb is, if you cook lamb or mutton wrong, it's terrible and it's tough. It's very gamey and very tough.
So Sleuth Dog says lamb used to like it until she lived in the Middle East, and all of a sudden didn't like it because every time she saw the meat covered in flies, and you know what that comes with.
Yes, well, you know, I lived in Tanzania for 2 years. I used to drive down what they call a highway, which would be like a small road. Yeah, finish it. Like a small, like dual carriageway here, it's a highway. Because most of the roads, you know, no tarmac. And then when you drive, you know, you can see maybe, I don't know, a couple of miles down the road. So you're coming down this road and you drive, and then you see this movement in the bush coming towards the road, and you start slowing down because you don't know if an animal or something's going to cross, but you just see like trees moving. And then it's the locals, and they got some leg of something next to this, like in the middle of nowhere, and it's, you know, like 90 degrees. And then they wave the flies off this leg of, you know, dead animal, whatever it is, you know. And a lot of times it's whatever they hit going to or from where they're going, and then they just wave the flies off, and then they're like, yeah, look, we got some food for you.
That's horrible.
I should cut some cheese, but I'll do that in a little bit. Let me go check that leg of, talking about leg of. No, I got a minute. I want to give it some heat, because if I'm there, I'm going to be peeking under the what's the name?
You can have some, don't worry.
Yeah, this is good. The sausage is nice.
He said, Wise Elk says it's like venison, he supposes. Made some bad mistakes with that. Yeah, made the strong taste worse. Yeah, no, venison, if it's not correct. And that's such a unique flavor. You really need to have the right spices for it.
The way I was taught was you take the venison, whatever venison, whatever game, you stick it in buttermilk overnight, and the next day you rinse the buttermilk off. So 24 hours in buttermilk, and you rinse it off, and then you cook it. Now what we do is we'll make a stew out of it, so you can dice it up, or you do it as a whole, like cook it as a whole piece in a stew, and you cook it down so it basically shreds. And you add lamb tails or lamb neck or lamb shanks, anything with fat, a very fatty lamb cut. But you see in South Africa you get the lamb neck cut like oxtail, so it's cut in discs and it's got a lot of fat in it. Or you get the lamb tails and they cut in little pieces, which you don't find here. But anything fatty. So what I would recommend here would probably be something like an oxtail. So you add your game in with your oxtail.
Speaking of Wagyu, oxtail's phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
throw that out there.
Yeah, we've got some of that. That's very good.
It's so good. It's so good. I don't know if you're going to know this person who just popped in. The Real Encryptus. Welcome. Glad to have a gentleman from Greece. But Wise Elk does say roadkill stew. That's another thing you find in Africa a lot in the small towns.
Meal of the day. Meal of the day is whatever we killed on our way to work.
Whatever found themselves under the vehicle or under a spear, depending on the means at the time. Yeah, that's not very nice. Not at all. And I see Neuro dropped the link again, so I'll go ahead with BuiltOnUSA.com one more time. Code S.T.F. 10 for 10% off of your purchases. I said I was going to go get that biltong bouquet, and I completely forgot. So I'll try to remember when Anton comes back. Sorry about that. And I see the back and forth Femboy. You make me think of someone who has CDO. Does anybody know what CDO is or familiar with the term? Most people call it OCD, but CDO is OCD in alphabetical order, the way it's supposed to be. That is a problem both Anton and I have, but when it comes to meat, that's all we eat, so it doesn't matter for the buns. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I'll show the meat one more time, though. You guys know I like fiddling with my husband's meat. I'll show off what we have. I showed it in a small tray, but we have been nibbling at it. These are our patties and sausage. Everything is juicy. The amount of juice coming out on this tray. Now that's the best part. You take the meat and then pour the juice over it. Nothing goes to waste when it comes to meat in this family. Not going to lie.
All right, so there we go. So that is a deboned pork shoulder, sous vide for about 6 hours, and then I got it on the grill. It just did 140 internal, so I'm going to leave it a little. Let's see where we're at.
So there is a gentleman who is a music artist who says, when the stream is over, y'all should check out our new track we released today. It's called The Voice of God is a Gunshot, Premature Birth Mix. Copium, thank you for dropping that. I appreciate it. We should, and we still need to talk, good sir. We would really like to have your music as an overlay if you would be so kind to let us. So thank you for sharing. Femboy has some issues with your bun to meat ratio, but I informed him he's got some CDO issues. Next
time I'll make the meat bigger.
You just put two on there.
I should have rolled them thinner, but when I hit those first two, I was like, yeah, that's it.
That's why I said I have to blame me. That's my machine over there.
I tried to compact it back.
Did somebody say music? Sensei, hello, sir. Welcome in.
I wonder where Sensei is.
Please do. The Real Encryptus would love to know what nonsense you have in memes today. You know, meme posting, you cannot get over that. It's just fun. Although, does it bug anybody else, the spelling of the word meme? It looks like Mimi. I can't get over it. It messes with my brain. I told you guys I have problems. I want to pronunciate what I see. BMO should know, because I keep pronunciating his name incorrectly. Oh, Ike says it's supposed to be overlaying of voices, not music.
Well, that's not that bad. Just FYI. That's not that bad. Bun to patty ratio. And the buns are thin. That's not that bad.
You know, you have to remember, too, we have something, the fit cook, that we would make normally, the fried bread. It's kind of similar.
That's a real homemade,
Yes.
Bun and patty, like real homemade.
You mean it was all made today from scratch?
It was all made today from scratch, man. I was out at 4 a.m. I shot the cow. I stripped the cow. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk about you like that.
Quit telling them my bedroom names. Apparently I'm cow.
Yes.
What is the eye finger paint? Do you remember those shirts, the eye finger paint?
Oh,
I am paint?
Yes.
Sensei asked, did you guys ever get that one I did for you in your pre-roll?
No, it doesn't fit. I tried. It has to be 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes and 12 seconds. So I tried to install it. I still wanted to tell you. I tried to put it in. It's like no go. It wants a 2 minute, no longer. It's 2 minutes and 12 seconds. So, you know, yay on that.
Femboy, you put cheese on the bottom so it actually melts it.
Well, yeah, I'm putting it on the bottom. I should have put some cheese on the patty on the fire.
Yes.
So I just put it on the bottom so it actually has the heat from the patty sitting on it.
And Copium says we should try using a waffle iron, to make cornbread. Cornbread waffles go great with chili.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
We've got a waffle iron. It's just, man, that thing's a bitch to clean.
It is.
It's a mission, man.
That's why I think that everything in any restaurant we've ever seen is notoriously dirty, because it is hard to clean the types of machines.
And then the other problem is, so you get special waffle, like non-stick spray, but it like cakes on and it doesn't really work. And we had our waffles, man.
The gentleman says heat rises, yes, but when it is smothering something, it melts it. Okay?
Yes.
Sorry.
I understand.
I get it, but in between.
Also, the other thing is, if I put it on top, my kid's going to open it and eat the cheese. Now they have to eat the burger. It's like chess with them.
Cheese is always a yes in our house. We eat a decent amount of cheese. I mean the children.
Yes. I wonder if I should cut my smaller. Maybe I should.
Thank you, mental medalist wife. I'm glad you are enjoying our lovely food here.
Yeah, I think, so I didn't do any sauce. We have a tomato sauce, which we'll put on top. And and we'll do that afterwards. I mean, that doesn't look bad. That thing's still juicy. Wow.
It is juicy.
Look, let me show you without trying to squeeze it too hard. So let me see if you guys can see that. Look at that. That thing's still got juice in it, man.
Speaking of, there's some right here.
Yeah. That's nice. I want to carve up this thing, but I think I must get some paper.
Paper as in butcher?
Yeah, just so I don't make a huge mess all over the...
Okay.
What's the name? Let me, sorry, I'm going to just stick my head past you guys here. I'm washing my hands.
Copium says you need to add oil to the mix. We used to have oil in our waffles.
Yes. No, I had. We did a waffle mix, proper waffle mix, and had oil in the whole works. It was actually my proper, like, pancakes, not the American ones.
No.
And it worked fine. But the machines, maybe ours was just cheap, but man, that waffles, they make such a mess.
And I'm not going to lie, we are picky about cleaning.
Yeah, our stuff is normally very clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of our equipment secondhand, and it's funny when Anton would grab something. I think this guy was one of them, right?
This thing was bronze when I got it.
Yes.
No, not this one, the other one, but it looks like this.
It's only this size. He actually thought it was bronze coated, but after cleaning it, he's like, no, it's stainless steel.
Yes. Took me 3 days to clean that.
Yes. The things you find out.
You want to give the young man some sausage, or you want to give him some patty?
He'll eat probably a little bit of both. BMO's out of here. See, I can't say your name correctly because I have issues. He's officially hungry and dipping out to go eat.
Yeah,
enjoy
absolutely.
Your meal.
Enjoy
Thanks
your
for
meal.
hanging out with us.
All right, I've got to carve this guy.
All right, Ike, what are you making with that oven heating up? What are you going to have? Cooked grease. Ew.
Grease.
Yes.
Well, you know, like remaining fat in the pan is not necessarily
No. I think
bad.
you may be talking about the oven that we spoke about. One thing I will tell you, if you know what's inside of most restaurants or food places, it makes you not want to go. That's something that we have not done in a long time. Just like I mentioned with the butcher, we're very particular, very clean, and we know exactly what to do to make sure that we're sanitary. So we do not tend to go out to eat at all.
Need a knife?
Yes. You mean your bread knife here is not going to help?
No.
Although, sneaky trick, the bread knife works great on cheese. I don't know what it is. I think it's all of the spikes. It actually works well.
That, and it's not wide. It's not a wide blade.
Ooh, not wide. There we go.
Yeah, the bread knife, that bread knife cuts cheese about the best.
And yes, we agree, Encryptus, we do not use seed oil at all. We encourage everyone, whether it's lard, butter, olive oil, avocado oil. There's many options out there.
Yeah, we don't really use avocado oil. It's expensive.
But I know some people like that.
Yeah, some
That's
people like it. We use lard, tallow. I've got some coconut oil, coconut shortening and stuff, which is what we use. Let me see. Grab. It's a little heavy. All right.
Try not to get the elbow in the face.
I'm sorry. You gotta watch, man.
I do. And one thing you will know, if you are fair-skinned like me, if you take away seed oils, you are no longer reflecting the sun. I do not burn anymore. Neither do our children, who are also fair-skinned like me. I told Anton, it's interesting that neither of them have had burns in years.
Then, yeah, they go red and then it goes away.
Yeah, just a little pink, and I think it's more heat than anything. Just gets a little warm outside, and then next day they're perfectly fine.
All right, so this hit 140 inside, internal temp, and it's pork, so, you know, I'm, go ahead.
So Femboy's got issues here. He just finished, I'm sorry, it went up. We are on a downward spiral. First, you serve the kids burgers. Then they have messed up senses of priorities, and finally they end up cooking meth.
Yes.
I don't think it quite works in those steps, but fair enough.
That's how the government thinks.
That is true. That is true. Encryptus, I did hear rumor that you know your olive oil, sir. Yes, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. We are cheapskates. We use the Sam's extra virgin. That's it.
Yes. Hopefully it is extra virgin.
Oh, they say so.
I would make a joke about that, but I'll leave it. 17 liters of olive oil. Good night, sir. Do you need to buy it its own plane ticket?
Yes. That's a lot. All right. So let me see.
Yes.
All right. Food for today.
So is that meaty enough for everyone?
Oh, there goes the juice. The juice.
Squeeze in the juice. Sorry, I cannot help myself.
I want to try this.
Thank you, sir. We look forward to it. I think we shall exchange that for biltong. I think we're going to owe you a decent amount.
Yes. Yes, we should be bringing quite a bit of biltong with us anyway. So let's see.
I was telling Anton we need to go ahead and start looking to get everything set up. I think it is decided.
Yes. Let's see what that tastes like.
Is it warm?
Mm-hmm,
A little bit. A little bit.
Mm.
It is so tender.
That's nice.
Mmm. Yeah, this is a sad truth. Olive oil in American stores only requires 1% extra virgin olive oil to be called it.
Yeah.
No, that's sad. We know that.
According to the bottle on the Sam's one, I actually looked for it. It says it's 100%, but who knows?
I trust nothing.
Nope, I agree. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. That is phenomenal.
Ah, that's very tender.
We are eating pork tonight.
Yes, swine. I will dine on swine.
Where are you from now?
I am from
that is
the
not
Germans.
That is not the accent that I listened to a few years back.
I'm from the Germans.
So Chris asks, will you donate some biltong for the silent auction too?
Yep, absolutely, because we're coming, so we will definitely set that up.
Yes. We had spoken about that before. That was already my thought too. We would love to help with that.
I can make many very inappropriate German jokes right now.
I can go get the biltong bouquet. Maybe I give them a naked one for the auction.
Yeah. So, so this came out real good. I would have probably wanted to cook the roast a little longer. Well, very good. Not too salty. Actually, it tastes real good. Hold on. We are still on the camera, sweetie. Are you hungry? Okay, we will do that after. I'm in trouble because I didn't roast the marshmallows.
That's okay. Dad can always start a fire.
We can do more fire.
So this is the biltong bouquet with the gifting option. It's got a nice box that it fits perfectly in and a brochure to come with it talking about everything that's in it and essentially explaining all of the items inside, what loveliness they have just been gifted. So there is our new option here.
Yeah. And like, subscribe, and share the stream. I hope you guys liked what we did today. I'm going to try and do a little bit more meat. I got to do that biltong souffle at some point.
Yes.
I like baking the cookies and cupcakes and stuff.
He actually enjoys it, believe it or not.
I like to see how happy my kids get, and then I like to get upset at them because of how hyperactive they get afterwards.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm never going to give you cookies again. And then next week, I'm like, you want a cupcake? I can't help myself. But I want to try and do more meat stuff. So this is a plain, just deboned pork shoulder. And like I say, 6 hours in the sous vide. If I taste it now, I'd probably do 8. Pull it out, get it to room temp. Mine came straight out the fridge. So get it to room temp, run it 8 hours, stick it on the fire, and finish it off. I think that'll be as good as it can get. I don't know, I think the salt's fine because
I think it's perfect.
if you do more, then it's going to be too salty. And you can always add a little bit. So it's actually good. It's... you see, I don't do pork with garlic. Pork to me should go sweet.
Sweet apricot.
So yeah, apricot. I mean, what I might do is do this exact mix. So it's basically salt, pepper, Italian herbs, so Italian seasoning, mixed herbs, fennel, and paprika. that I used for the spice. What I might do with this next time is take some dried apricots.
That would be good.
And actually put, like, instead of garlic, because I'm not a big pork with garlic fan. Garlic for me is like,
it's cabanossi.
yes, unless it's cabanossi, but I prefer garlic on like lamb and beef. But pork for me, I'm not a big fan of stuffing it with garlic. But I think if I maybe do apricot, like dried apricots like we have in the store, like put some dried apricots in it and let it sous vide with that, and then you know, maybe have a chutney dip for the, like, instead of a barbecue, you have a chutney dip. That would probably be very good. So yeah, that's what I would probably improve on that. The patties I think are good. I mean, you know, you get the braai spice. It's like one time.
Check for it on our website. We'll
50
have it
grams,
updated,
so like 3 tablespoons and a teaspoon on 2.2 pounds, 2 egg yolks. Fucking perfect patties. I think they're awesome. And then the sausage we make, yeah, so I can't give you that recipe because it needs a big machine and, you know, my knowledge, and I can't. Encryptor says we'll clone me one day, but not right now. Someday, when he's got AI under control.
Yes. That's going to be interesting. What should we say?
So I think we're going to go give those monkeys food before they get upset.
One more thing before we leave, Kopi and Poppies, please drop your link if you have one for everyone in chat.
Yes. And remember, our sponsor is biltongusa.com. .com. I try and sound like Bonds. I fail. Even Viva tries to sound like Bonds. It's so weird.
Catch us on Viva and Barnes this afternoon.
Yes, we will be in the chat over there.
And probably Disaffected.
And Disaffected tonight. We'll be on there. And then, we will see you guys later. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes. biltongusa.com for anything you guys want or need or want to try. You can email us. We will talk to you. We will sort you out. And we will see you next week. I am going to go kill some food.
Yes.
I'm going to chow down.
Happy Easter again.
Yeah, happy Easter.
420 or Hitler's birthday, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it, man. All right, monkeys.